Have you ever been in a situation where telling the truth felt wrong? Maybe you withheld a fact to protect someone's feelings, or told a small lie to avoid a massive fight. But wait, doesn't every moral code tell us to be honest? So here's the question. Should you always tell the truth? Let's explore this question not with rigid rules, but with the help of some of the greatest philosophers, and a few real-life dilemmas that may leave you questioning your own moral compass. Let's start with Immanuel Kant. To Kant, truth-telling isn't just a virtue. It's a duty. He believed in something called the categorical imperative. Act only according to that rule which you could will to be a universal law. So if you lie, even with good intentions, you're breaking a universal principle. To Kant, even lying to save a life is morally wrong. Sounds extreme? Let's test it. Imagine this. A murderer comes to your door asking if your friend is hiding inside. They are, and you know it. If you lie, you save a life. If you tell the truth, someone dies. Kant would still say, tell the truth, because lying, even to save a life, erodes the very fabric of morality. Can you live with that? Now, let's hear from Stuart Mill, the famous utilitarian. To him, morality isn't about rules, it's about outcomes. What action produces the greatest happiness for the greatest number? In the case of the murderer at the door, Mill would say, what? Because your friend's life is worth more than the abstract value of telling the truth. Mill believed that truth-telling is usually good, but not always. It depends on whether it helps or harms others. So here's the tension. Kant says truth is non-negotiable. Mill says truth is flexible. Who do you agree with? But real life is messier than any philosophy. We lie to protect, to flatter, to avoid conflict. Think about these examples. A doctor lies to give a terminally ill patient hope. A friend hides her pain to avoid burdening others. A parent says, everything's going to be okay, when they're not so sure. Are these lies immoral? Or acts of compassion? The philosopher Sissela Bok explored this in her book Lying, Moral Choice in Public and Private Life. She argued that every lie carries a cost, even the so-called white lies. Lying erodes trust, and without trust, society collapses. But she also admitted, not all lies are equal. So the real question becomes, when is a lie justified? Let's take a different turn. There's a movement called radical honesty, founded by Brad Blanton. His philosophy: say exactly what you think, no filter. Sounds like a nightmare? Or relief? Blanton argues that lying, especially to avoid discomfort, creates inner stress and destroys relationships. Only complete honesty can set you free. But does that mean telling your boss their idea is stupid? Telling your spouse every little annoyance? Telling your child that their drawing is objectively bad? Radical honesty might be liberating, but it might also be destructive. So again, where's the line? But wait, before we debate whether to tell the truth, can we even agree on what truth is? Plato believed in the world of perfect forms. Truth to him was an ideal, unchanging and eternal. But Nietzsche? He saw truth as a human construct. A bunch of metaphors we've forgotten are metaphors. To him, truth isn't sacred, it's a tool of power. Truths are illusions we have forgotten are illusions, he said. So if truth itself is slippery, can we really say we should always tell it? Here's the uncomfortable truth. There is no simple answer. Kant tells us to be unwavering. Mill tells us to consider consequences. Nietzsche questions whether truth even exists. And real life? Real life makes us choose between honesty and compassion every day. So, should you always tell the truth? Maybe the better question is, when does truth serve justice, kindness, and wisdom? And when does it become a weapon? Philosophy doesn't give easy answers. It gives you better questions. And sometimes that's more important. What do you think? Is truth always the right path? Or are there times when a lie is the greater good? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if this made you question your moral compass, even a little, hit like, share it, and subscribe for more deep dives into life's biggest questions. Until next time, stay curious, stay thoughtful, and question everything.